Hare Krishna, we are continuing with the book called On the Way to Krishna by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Shravanam Diaries podcast and I'm your host, Sulalita Devidasi. So we're on page number 51. As soon as we surrender ourselves to Krishna, He welcomes us very cordially. It is just like a lost child who returns to his father and says, "My dear father, due to some misunderstanding, I left your protection, but I have suffered. Now I return to you." The father embraces his son and says, "My dear boy, come on. I was so anxious for you all the days you were gone, and now I'm so happy you have come back." The father is so kind. We are in the same position. We have to surrender to Krishna, and it is not very difficult. When the son surrenders to the father, is it a very difficult job? It is very natural, and the father is always waiting to receive the son. There's no question of insult. If we bow down before our Supreme Father and touch his feet, there's no harm for us, nor is it difficult. Indeed, it is glorious for us. Why should we not? By surrendering unto Krishna, we come immediately under His protection and are relieved of all miseries. This is validated by all scriptures. At the end of Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says, "Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha." Quote, "Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear." Unquote, Bhagavad Gita 18.66. When we throw ourselves at the feet of God, we come under His protection. And from that time on, there's no fear for us. When children are under the protection of their parents, they are fearless because they know that their parents will not let them be harmed. Mameva ye prapadyante. Krishna promises that those who surrender to Him have no cause for fear. If surrender unto Krishna is such an easy thing, then why don't people do it? Instead, there are so many who are challenging the very existence of God, claiming that nature and science are everything, and that God is nothing. So-called advancement of civilization in knowledge means that the populace is becoming more mad. Instead of being cured, the disease is being increased. People don't care for God, but they care for nature. But it is nature's business to give kicks in the form of the threefold miseries. She is always administering these kicks 24 hours a day. However, we have become so accustomed to being kicked that we think it is all right and consider it to be the ordinary course of things. We have become very proud of our education, but we tell material nature, "Thank you very much for kicking me. Now please continue." Thus deluded, we think that we have even conquered material nature. We think we have even conquered material nature. But how is this so? Nature is still inflicting upon us the miseries of birth, death, old age, and disease. Has anyone solved these problems? Then what advancement have we really made in knowledge and civilization? We are under these stringent rules of material nature, but still we are thinking that we have conquered. This is called Maya. There may be some difficulty in surrendering to the Father of this body. For he has limited knowledge and power. You understand, right? The father who gave me birth, like material father. There's some difficulty in surrendering to the father of this body, for he has limited knowledge and power. But Krishna is not like an ordinary father. Krishna is unlimited and has full knowledge, full power, full wealth, full beauty, full fame, and full renunciation. Shouldn't we consider ourselves lucky to go to such a father and enjoy his property? Yet, no one seems to care about this, and now everyone is making propaganda that there is no God. Why do people not seek him out? The answer is given in the next verse of Bhagavad Gita. Namam dushkriti no mudha prapadyante naradama mayaya pahrita jnana asuram bhavam ashritah. Quote, those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is being stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Unquote, Bhagavad Gita 7.15. In this way, the fools are categorized. Okay. In this way, the fools are categorized. Sometimes I find myself in few of these categories, actually, from time to time. A dushkriti is always acting against the scriptural injunctions. The business of current civilization is to break scriptural rules, that's all. By definition, a pious man is one who doesn't break the rules of scriptural rules. There must be some standard to distinguish between dushkriti, an evildoer, and sukriti, a virtuous man. Every civilized country has some scripture. It may be Christian, Hindu, Muslim, or Buddhist. That doesn't matter. The point is that the book of authority, the scripture, is there. One who does not follow its injunctions is considered an outlaw. Another category mentioned in this verse is mudha, fool number 1. The naradama is one who is low in the human scale, and mayaya pahrita jnana refers to one whose knowledge is carried away by maya or illusion. Asuram bhavam ashritah refers to those who are out and out atheists. Although there are no disadvantages to surrendering unto the Father, people who are thus categorized never do it. As a result, they are constantly punished by the agents of the Father. They have to be slapped, canned, and kicked severely, and they have to suffer. Just as a father has to chastise his unruly boy, so material nature has to employ certain punishments. At the same time, nature is nourishing us by supplying food and other necessities. Both processes are going on because we are sons of the wealthiest father of all. And Krishna is kind, even though we do not surrender unto him. Hence, they're happy atheists, happy materially. Yet, despite being furnished so well by the Father, the dushkriti still performs unsanctioned actions. One is foolish if he persists in being punished, and one is low on the human scale if he does not use this human form of life to understand Krishna. If a man does not use his life to reawaken the relationship he has with his eternal, real Father, he is to be considered fallen in the human scale. Animals simply eat, sleep, defend themselves, have sexual intercourse, and die. They do not avail themselves of higher consciousness, because that is not possible in the lower forms of life. If a human being follows the activities of the animals and does not avail himself of his ability to elevate his consciousness, he falls down the human scale and prepares for an animal body in his next life. By the grace of Krishna, we are given a highly developed body and intelligence. But if we do not utilize them, why should he give them to us again? We must understand that this human body has developed after millions and millions of years of evolution, and that in itself it is a chance to get out of the cycle of birth and death, in which over 8 million species of life evolve. This chance is given by the grace of Krishna, and if we do not take it, are we not the lowest among men? One may be a degree holder, MA, PhD, etc., from some university, but the illusory energy takes away this mundane knowledge. He who is really intelligent will apply his intelligence to understand who he is, who God is, what material nature is, why he is suffering in material life, and what is the remedy to the suffering. Jai, what is the remedy? We may apply our intelligence to manufacture an automobile, radio, or television for sense gratification. But we have to understand that this is not knowledge. Rather, this is plundered intelligence. Intelligence was given to man to understand the problems of life, but it is being misused. People are thinking that they have acquired knowledge because they know how to manufacture and drive cars. But before the car was here, people were still going from one place to another. It is just the facility has been increased, but along with this facility come additional problems, air pollution and overcrowded highways. This is Maya. We are creating facilities, but these facilities in their turn are creating so many problems. Instead of wasting our energy to supply ourselves with so many facilities and modern amenities, we should apply intelligence to understand who and what we are. We do not like to suffer, but we should understand why suffering is being forced upon us. By so-called knowledge, we have simply succeeded in manufacturing the atomic bomb. Thus, the killing process has been accelerated. We are so proud to think that this is advancement of knowledge, but if we can manufacture something that can stop death, we have really advanced in knowledge. If death is already there in material nature, but we are so eager to promote it by killing everyone at one drop. This is called Maya Pahrita Jnana, knowledge carried away by illusion. The asuras, the demons, and proclaimed atheists actually challenge God. If it were not for our Supreme Father, we would not see the light of the day. So what is the point of challenging him? In the Vedas, it is stated that there are two classes of men, the devas and asuras, the demigods and demons. Who are the devas? The devotees of the Supreme Lord are called devas because they also become like God, whereas those who defy the authority of the Supreme are called asuras, or demons. These two classes are always found in human society. Jai. Just as there are 4 types of miscreants who never surrender to Krishna, there are 4 types of fortunate men who worship him, and they are categorized in the next verse. And we're going to read it tomorrow, the 4 types of fortunate people. Yes, so thank you so much for tuning in today, and the link to this book is in the description, and we shall see you next time. Hare Krishna. Have a nice day.